The Aquatic Visitor Center is the old state fish hatchery that was in operation from 1907 through April of 1991, and we've converted it into an education center, and we go through the history of the hatchery as well as do labs with plankton and macroinvertebrates and fish. The center has been open since, I believe it was built in 1994-95 is when the Division of Wildlife developed it into an educational center. It's kind of gone through some changes, and recently now as Ohio State employee, I'm running it this year for the first time. We've been doing a lot of updates lately, putting in some more technology, TV screens and that type of thing. So one of the updates we've made this year is a TV. We have live camera feed off the dock here. So this is live in the lake. We never know exactly what we're going to see, but there are some bluegill here right now. So the kids love to stand around. They'll watch this for a long time. A lot of times we'll have really active fish actually coming up, checking out the camera. So this is fairly clear. Actually, we have days where it's actually clearer than this. The reason for the clarity, most of the mussels actually filter a lot of water. An adult will, about the size of my thumbnail, will actually filter about 1 liter of water per day. So with the millions of them out there, they've clarified the water quite a bit. So another update we did this year, replaced the old microscopes with these LCD screen, touchscreen microscopes. We talk about the plankton and basically the zooplankton, phytoplankton here with the kids. Talk about the different cyanobacteria in the water, microcystis, that type of thing. But these are really nice in that they're touchscreen. We can record video with them. They have 6 megapixel cameras. And if we witness something really cool, we hit one button on the screen and we can actually record it to show later. Another update we've made in here, we replaced the old light boxes with the old pictures with these TVs. They're actually running flash programs that are specific to the tank, and we can update them and change them as we need to. But each of the tanks here are set up based on microhabitats that you find in the lake. All of the fish in this building were caught within sight of this building for the most part. A couple of them may have been out on trawls a little further out, but 99% of them are within sight of this building. So this represents fish that you would find maybe in rocky or reef habitat. So smallmouth bass, some freshwater drum, some rock bass. Commercial fishermen were actually paid to go out and collect whatever species they were wanting to raise at the time, walleye for example. When they would collect the walleye, they would gently squeeze the fish and express either the eggs or the milt. And they'd actually put them in these barrels here, bring them back to the hatchery. They would fertilize them, run them underwater, which actually helps harden the shell a little bit, and then place them in these hatching jars. These jars had water flowing through them constantly. We actually had some rubber tubes connected to a glass tube that went to the bottom, and the current would actually come up from the bottom, gently rolling the eggs, keep oxygen moving past them. And when the fry hatch, fry are the small fish, when they hatch, the current actually would push them up and over the lip of the jar, and they would actually go from trough all the way down to one main collection basin at the bottom. So after the fish hatched out of the collection jars, they would put the fry into these long troughs that are called raceways. They would raise the fish in these raceways for approximately a year, depending on species, till they were 4 to 6 inches long. And then the plugs at the end of the raceway actually are pipes directly into the lake, so they could pull those plugs and release the fish directly out into the lake. This raceway is open just for display with our different fish that kids catch off the dock. But actually this shelf is built on top of another set of raceways, as well as the aquariums are set on 2 more sets of raceways that are underneath them. These are all fish caught right here off the dock. The kids catching the fish while they fish all day. Occasionally we'll have them bring them in here and put in the raceway. And we just use this to show kids the different species that are out in the lake. A lot of people don't believe that the gar are from out here, and where did we catch that? All these came from the lake right off the dock right here. The reason to come out here, for one, is that it's a free thing to do on the island. There isn't a lot on the island to do for free. This is totally free to the public. Kids under 16 are able to fish for free. We supply the bait, the poles. and the place to do it, somebody out there to supervise with them. In addition, they get to see a lot of the native fish in the aquariums, as well as some of the invasive species we have tanks set up for to show them the invasive species in the lake. I think once people are educated about the lake and how the ecosystem works, there's a lot of take-home there that stuff that you can do at home that even if you don't live near the lake, that will affect the lake. And I think if we can teach people about that, what they do in their daily life affects the lake, and actually how the lake, if it changes, how it's going to affect life inland. I think that's important for people to understand.